We're all so different, even when we're all the same. Most of us living by a different train, all bound for something.
All right, Mr. Flora, crack it open, dude. Show me the Vano.
Let's go.
So what
the fuck?
Hell yeah. Dude, tell me about your van, bro. What year is this? And when did you get it?
2014 Chevy Express 2500. And she's done the trick. It fits into a packed Aldi's parking lot pretty well.
Nice.
While having a whole living room and a bedroom.
Oh yeah.
Cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I rely a bit on external storage. I usually have a bike rack here that's actually it's the Yakima Exo system, which is like a modular. It comes out and it's got a cargo box, and then I got a back rack on top. But you can like put another cargo box on top, or like snowboard rack below, cargo on top, and I just have a cargo box that fits this big, and then a bike, but that's up there hanging out.
When did you get the van?
Like November 2022.
Word. Okay. What
2 years
inspired?
in.
What inspired that?
I just got off the Appalachian Trail. I was in Massachusetts in October. I walked from February in Georgia, and I'd been without a car for about a year before that anyway, but while backpacking I was like, this is great. Being able to move and being free, but also not needing to a whole conglomerate of ideas came together at the end, and I was like, you know what? I want a backpack that carries me. I'm a little tired.
Nice.
And winter's here.
Yeah.
Like winter's coming, and I want like a nice structure that is pretty waterproof. I don't have to set up every day. So I flew to Kansas to see my family after the trail, and I bought this van.
In Kansas?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then drove it back to Massachusetts.
Word.
Spent some of the winter there. I started van lifing in the winter with very little gear. I just had my Appalachian Trail gear. Just threw my backpack in. I pretty much got to Kansas, bought the van, threw my backpack in there, and then just camped out of the cargo bay of this for a while.
Dude, hell yeah.
Just like in my sleeping bag. Got a couple blankets.
So not built out at all at first?
Not at all.
Right.
I moved in first and then have built it out as I've gone.
Right.
Wherever I had space available.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Which has its pros and cons. One con to that, clear, is that I build things as I need. Like the bed came first, and then the kitchenette came. All this, because I only had enough time for the bed, and then a few months later, only had enough time for this, but I never had enough time to do any installation. And it's kind of impossible to do that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I wanted to do that, I would have had to do it all, right? So never had enough time to really sit and do it all at once. That's one con to it. But the pro is that I've had a lot of time to really think about what it is I've really wanted right before I construct it.
Right.
If I built it all at first, I would have done the kitchen too small. I would have built like a dresser drawer for clothes that I don't need because I personally, but I would have thought that I needed those things, right? But I've had time to think about what is this that I need dialed in before I build it. So there's a pro to that
yeah, dude.
As well. I've done pretty well with just accepting that, like right now, I live inside a refrigerator.
Yeah. What's that at?
35.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And so my bed is what I rely on. I've got all these, and my clothes, right? I'm wearing like 5 layers.
Yeah.
Always. I just go to bed, and I just rely on the insulation right around my body.
Yeah.
I don't have a heater. So life in a refrigerator.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Giggity. Tell me about your pissing and shitting situation.
Classic.
Yeah.
Aye, laddie. Well, sometimes you're in the big city.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta find somewhere to piss.
Yeah.
Well, I just have a jar. I think that's pretty discreet.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, it's pretty simple. I'll just use it. And then I just pour it out when I'm done. I've got a cotton bag around it so that it does not shatter inside my van while it's filled. Has not happened yet. Can maybe use it like 3 or 4 times before before it's like, oh, that was close. I better empty this. You can hear it too, and you're like filling the bottle, it's like.
Yeah. You're tuned in, bro.
This came from the Appalachian Trail. I found that I got sick of carrying toilet paper on the Appalachian Trail. I thought it was, it was one more thing to carry. I thought was not necessary for me. So I started hiking with the rag, and I would save a little bit of water for. I just have a butt rag, and then a trowel.
Nice.
I keep doing that here. This is dry right now and already sunbathed. I will, obviously, when it's wet after its use, I will hang it on my antenna or somewhere on the bike rack to do its thing while I'm driving, and it'll air dry.
Flap around, yeah.
And the sun will ultraviolet disinfect it. I don't need to wash it as often as I would have expected. I've never had any infections at all in 2 years. Actually, 3 years if you include the Appalachian Trail.
Total vibes.
Mm-hmm. Collections from the journey. Hey, if you want to lead the orchestra, you gotta turn your back on the crowd.
Wow. Fuck yeah.
We're all so different, even when we're all in pain. Walking on through the pouring rains, more interesting than being plain. Yeah, for a while I was fighting that game of like, man, I really want to be able to have different hobbies, different tools available, different, rather than needing to borrow amenities from folks, which is fun and a great reason for people in connection and network. But it's also cool to feel as self-sufficient as possible. So then more stuff.
Right.
But wanting living space, moving space, all the way to get to my driver's seat.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I've got 2 big mattresses now in the way of that. 2 kind of futon queen-size mattresses, which you'd think why?
Yeah. Yeah.
But something that's pretty important to me is at these primitive skills gatherings, or even just on a nice spring, summer day, friends hang out at the park, I'll lay out these mattresses out and a bunch of extra blankets I've got in the back.
Nice.
Just have like a nice, comfy hangout, music jam, tea party space.
Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Kitchenette. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This was huge because for the first year I just had my kitchen here.
Really?
On top of a plastic trunk, and like this thing just sat on it, and I had it tied in with ropes, and I had that for a year, and it totally worked. But after a while, I was like, I really want like a fixture situation. I feel like in a van, you got to pick what amenities you have honed in, and which amenities are something that you create from thin air each time you want to use it. So my bed, the bed is something that is always there. It's there when I need it. The blankets are always there. Your van is sort of a situation where that's not the case.
Yeah.
You pull the bed and things out of thin air each time you want to use it.
Right.
The kitchen for a while was something that was like, okay, I got to find the oil and the food that's over here and like these other tools that are over here, and I got to pull in the plates because there was all these different storage systems.
Right.
The kitchen was the one that got the butt end of the stick. But I changed that. So now all my kitchen's available to me. Super useful. Spices and things. This bottom drawer is all my ferments going. So I've got got sauerkrauts in there, a sassafras alcohol brewing, and apple cider vinegar.
Yeah, let me see that.
Nice. This one's it's about ready. Water here.
5-gallon thing?
Classic. Yep, 5-gallon.
Nice. And you're cooking with propane, yeah?
Yep, there's a big 10-pound, half of your classic 20-pounder. This is my office. Rawhide line that keeps everything in. And then I've got, banking, receipts, grocery, taxes, medical, everything that I want to keep track of.
Yeah. What's your least favorite part about living out of a van?
I can't have hobbies that I am not actively doing today. There's no like, oh, I will get to this thing later in a few months, because then it's like floating around all the time. And things like that are kind of like sewing projects. I've had to let go of a few hobbies, at least temporarily, because I don't have the space for them. Like gifts.
Oh shit.
People give you things as a form of showing care and love.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful. And I have to say no to a lot of them, or I re-gift a lot of them, which is a great thing to do. But I got to disclaim that when I'm given something too. It's like I have to give this away. I may have to pass this along, because you notice I don't have a sink. I pay attention to cooking just as much food as I want to eat, or less than that, so there's never leftovers. So I'm always finishing my plate. And step 1, like it clean. Step 2, color-coded rag system. Take it all off. You can even shake it out. Then I might have a different color for the finish. And then that is how this was done. And it's still, I've never gotten sick. 2 years of doing that. Doing meat all the time.
Yeah.
Mostly. I've got my laundry system. This is just a big pot with a bucket in there. And this is my shower. This is my bathtub. And my laundry machine.
Nice.
I will put some water on. I can use the propane, but I typically will light a fire and I'll get that going. And I heat up the water. And I'll just throw all the rags in with some soap and just hand wash all these rags. And that's my whole like dish system.
Yeah.
And it's also my bathtub. I'll pour hot water over myself and take a bird bath.
What kind of skin is that up top?
That's my first buckskin.
Oh, nice. Nice.
This one's fun. I had a mattress for a while, and I just seem to like to push the limit of what's comfortable. And I'm not entirely sure why, but it's kind of fun to know what those limits are. So I sleep on plywood, and recently got a bear skin, big nice bear skin that a buddy did, and that's covering most of the plywood. And then I also got a sheepskin from them as well. They did both of these themselves, and I mean, that's thick, and it's warm too. That's
legit.
That's that's an Oregon sheep. I don't know the actual breed of this one, but it works.
These like old family pics.
That is my mother, and that is me, and my very responsible father. Throwing me
in there.
And this is me on the Appalachian Trail, singing one of the songs from my album, From the Trail.
Nice.
Table, chairs for deployable hangout.
How many furs do you think you have in here?
I probably have, let's see, there's the squirrel, bear, sheep 1, sheep 2, sheep 3, buckskin, 3 raccoons, squirrel, 2, possum, woodchuck. 12?
12. Short answer, 12. Dude, nice. Why not?
Oh, good segue.
That's that cardboard?
Mm-hmm. Check this out.
Yeah.
I'm in school right now, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Nice. For homework and shit.
And this is where that comes from.
Nice.
Sawzalled that out. That was fun. This also makes great butchering table when I do my roadkill. A whole roadkill / hide processing down here. It's pretty quick.
Like
so
kit, you're saying?
What's that?
It's like a processing kit.
Yep. That I created. I've actually got 2 squirrel hides in here right now that are salted that I don't have time yet to do the rest yet. So I guess that's 14 hides.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty high quality control when I like pick them up. It's like, if it isn't something that I want to eat, I don't really want the skin either. I just don't have much time to just do it for skins. But occasionally something might be a really nice skin, but it's like rotted inside. So it's like, I'll put it in here and I'll just take the skin off later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I keep it pretty contained. I've got a big tarp up front for when I got a deer carcass that I want to haul in here. And
Which is
that's one way that I really make the grocery bill drop. Roadkill and milk.
nice. And that just runs when your van is running, yeah?
Yeah.
The refrigerator?
Yep.
Nice.
I'll throw ice in it. It's kind of like I pretty much just use it as an ice cooler. That when I drive, the ice lasts longer. And I'm so glad that I'm there. So glad that you are here. And on our eyes, we do wear the image of what is near. So what does your lens let the light show you? What does mine not get to sit through? Okay. What do we have here? We've got crap.
Yeah.
Memorable, nostalgic crap. This is the one place in the van that I can do this, right? Because it's a van. So much space for knickknacks.
Yeah. The enemy of space.
Sure are. Deer antlers from Gunnison, Colorado. I made this hacky sack. Here's some of my hides that are drying out on the dash. Compass, atlas, folders full of maps because I have a flip phone and I go across the country frequently. So, what else do we got here? Okay. Oh, dude, this. So I've collected lichen and moss from different parts of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And right here is a bird's nest that was made from, I was putting a new roof on a cabin in Ohio with some Amish. And I was there for maybe like 3 weeks. And there was like, you know, different Amish crews they draw their line at different places with their materials usage rules. This one used polyethyl like tarps and stuff, and some of them got torn in the process of the putting up the insulation in the roof. And so there's just kind of this crap everywhere. And as I was leaving, I found this bird's nest that had fallen out of a tree that was made, and I could see that it was made with some of that insulation in my hair. Because I had really long hair at the time, and I was like brushing it out and like throwing it places.
Yeah.
Like, clumps.
Yeah.
I was like, that's mine.
Dude, that's so cool. Oh my god.
It was kind of like left at the doorstep of the cabin. It was like it fallen off the oak that was right there in the front. I was like, hey, check this one out. What do you think those are? Tendons. From deer legs. I dry them out after I deflesh them, pound them flat, tear them into little fibers, get them wet, and then you can braid them or use different braiding techniques, spinning techniques, to turn them into cordage string, and it's very, very strong. Here's this example. This is a very short one. This is a section off of a 7-foot strand that I made, and yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Legitness.
Totally. Fantastic resource.
Fuck yeah, dude. When I first checked out your van, one of my favorite things that you mentioned was that your vacation home was in your passenger seat. Can you tell me about that?
This is Hobby. Hobby hiked with me for about 1,500 miles of the Appalachian Trail. Not the whole thing. Because I did not hike the whole thing. I made it we walked from Georgia to the beginning of Massachusetts. About 2/3 of it. And I frequently will, when I say frequently, I mean, maybe, once or twice a year, maybe I will park my van somewhere safe with some friends, and I will load this up, and it's already preloaded, like mostly ready to go. And I will hop on a train and go somewhere and maybe spend a month to 2 months away from my van and just live out of my backpack. And then occasionally, I'll get on my canoe and at a lake and go on a weekend trip. So, my vacation home. All my music equipment goes all the way back and in. As bountiful as the hides, man. Yeah, so we've got travel banjo, show banjo, Appalachian Trail guitar, acoustic guitar, electric bass, violin, ukulele, mandolin, small drum kit, piano, 4 octaves. So it's kind of short. I think that's it. Yeah, 11.
11 instruments.
That number fluctuates. Oh, an accordion.
Nice.
And a trombone.
In here?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And a bass amplifier this tall that fits underneath here. It's all the way in the back. And then, a suitcase full of all my funk pedals, the delay, the wah, crybaby, the phaser, the looper, a few microphones.
Dude, this thing is fully loaded.
Mm-hmm. Loaded to party.
Loaded to party.
And eat.
Yeah. Loaded to party and eat. Dude, that is the story of your life. Okay, so a friend approaches you and says, hey, I want to move into a van. What do I need to know?
What is it that you're wanting to do, become, or just practice by living in a van? That changes, but it can be helpful in the beginning to identify that first. Mine, I think when I started was, I just want to camp inside a vehicle. And have a backpack that carries me. Think about all your favorite hobbies, the things that you do in your free time, in your spare time. and select the top 10%. You find that out along the way. What is your top 10% anyways. So be prepared for that is what I would say you need to know. Because you're going to have to let go of a bit if you want moving space in the van. The third one that comes to mind is, what do you need to know?
Yeah.
Nothing. Just go. Just do it.
Yeah, nice.
You'll figure it out. Like, you will. I think van life is a wonderful microscopic practice of observing your macroscopic values. You put yourself in a container that has only so much space. And so you really have to identify what are the things that are really important to you, because there's not enough space for everything that you want to do. And that directly translates to life, that there's not enough time to do everything that you want to do. So what are the things that are really, really important to you? Same thing. We're all so different, even when we're all the same. Most of us leaving by a different train, all bound for something. Oh, and I explain, yeah, my thoughts become the frame. My heart becomes the wall, but from the start, not able to haul the weight. Oh, and I explain, my thoughts become the frame, and my heart becomes the wall, but from the start, not able to haul the weight. Oh, haul the weight.
Money. Dude, that. Fuck yeah.
Ah, yes.
That was cute, dude.
Yep. Great. Oh, okay. Hey, bud.
Damn, they like know the collar.
Yeah, bud. The big goat. Oh.
Nice. Wow. Come on, Mama. You know you smell it. It smells so good.
You can both do this.
That's all right, baby. It's okay. All right, Mr. Flora. Crack it open, dude. Show me the Vano.
Let's go. Oh, what's this thing?
So what?
What the fuck?
Okay, that was great. That was great.
So I got a piss jar here.